This next song is a song that if my family was around, they'd all be rolling their eyes, because when I start to tell the story, they've heard it like thousands and thousands of times. But every song has a story, and some of them need to be told. Even though Craig Chen kind of thinks that introductions and long-winded. That's what he said on the radio. I got it on tape. Only joking. Anyway, I've been playing this song for years without a title. And I worked at Talix. And this friend, a worker buddy, we would have this was back when my drinking days still, we would have a beer occasionally. And then Neil knew, his guy's name was Neil Skipwith, and he knew me for about a year. And then he found out that I had 5 sons, and he was amazed at that. But by like lunchtime, he found out that Luann was the mother of them all, and that Neil just couldn't get his head around. So for the rest of the day and the next day, he was like, the same woman? The same woman? Yeah, Neil, the same woman. So when I went home, after hearing the same one for a day and a half, I picked up a guitar. Wasn't this one, because the same woman bought me this guitar for my 50th birthday, as I stated earlier. But anyway, I picked up this guitar and I started playing this song that I wrote for my wife when we first, I don't know if it was after we were married or right before we got married. And I realized that that was the title of the song, The Same Woman. But the story doesn't end there. I was playing this song down at the riverfront at the farmer's market one Sunday. It was in August, about 104 in the shade. And you'll notice the lack of my wife in the crowd. She has a bye. She's been to like probably thousands of my open mics and my performances. She's had enough to last a lifetime. But anyway, she came down to see it, walked all the way from my house by the mountain all the way down to the river in the heat, and she found a nice shady spot under a tree to listen to me. And I'm telling the story, and I get to the part about Neil Skipwith. And this older man that sat down next to her was like, Neil Skipwith, that's my son. Well, anyway, after my performance, Luann brought him over, and he called Neil. Now, I had worked at Talix, and then I moved to Argos, another art foundry in Brewster. And I worked at Argos for 19 years. And I was out of Argos with a back injury for about 4 years at that time. So it had been over 20 years since I had seen Neil. But Mr. Skipwith, Sr., called Neil, and we started talking, and it was like we'd just seen each other the day before. So it was like, as I was saying, But I found out that we traveled some of the same paths. He had a bunch of kids. We both struggled with alcohol and other addictions and faced our demons. And it was really nice. So that's where the story is to this song. Who knows where it will take me, but anyway, here's The Same Woman. you, thank you. Well, I might not look at it, but at one time I did triathlons in my life. My wife and I have done a couple of mini marathons out in Indianapolis, and that's where this song came from. This is called Running Shoes, but after my first mini out in Indianapolis, this song just fell into my lap. Saw this lady down at the track, long blonde hair running down her back. Saw this lady down at the track, long blonde hair running down her back. She was fast, I couldn't last. I looked around, all around. I looked around. She was gone. Bought that lady some running shoes. Nikes were the ones she chose. On the box and said, just do it. She did it. And now she's gone. Long gone. I looked around. She was gone. Win place, lose our show. Where did that lady go? I guess I'll never know. My legs are way, way too slow. Lady, some running shorts, purple ones I'll report. Her legs were long, about as long as this song. I looked around, all around. I looked around, she was gone. Win place, lose our show. Where did that lady go? I guess I'll never know. My legs are way, way, way too slow. Running shoes. Okay, I think I'll do one more.